Hey guys, it's Mike Man WBA here, back again with another episode of Can't Stop Progress. We're back with episode number 24, which is chapter 65, and we have got today the final of the Natural Progression series, our first tournament of the year. We've got Super Strong Style 16 to do later this month in game, and we've also got something that we're announcing on this episode, like in storyline, is we are bringing the World Cup back for 2018, and you'll be finding out information about that over the next couple of episodes. So, without further ado, let's get straight into the show, where, as always, Jim Smallman kicks us off, welcoming the crowd, bantering with everyone, and announcing that this is, of course, the final of the Natural Progression series for 2018, and we are in fact going to kick off with that championship match. The winner, of course, will get a title shot for any championship in the company at any time. Probably going to pick the Progress Championship, you would assume, but any title, any time they want. So let's get straight into the show and this final, where in a bout that had decent wrestling but not a lot of heat, Lewis Gervin defeats Jack Sexsmith and James Drake in 14 minutes and 13 seconds, first eliminating James Drake and then eliminating Jack Sexsmith. So Lewis Gervin wins the Natural Progression series for 2018. During the match, we had Leo Rush run in and attack James Drake, distract him, and effectively get him eliminated in revenge for James Drake assaulting Leo Rush before their semi-final match on the previous show. So, match got the crowd hotter. Sexsmith with an in-ring performance of 41, James Drake with an in-ring performance of 40, and Lewis Gervin with a 46, getting us a 44D match rating to start the show off. Not a bad rating to kick off the show, and a nice little end to what I think was a very, very nice Natural Progression series. Lewis Gervin, of course, defeated Kid Lycos in the first round, and Chris Brooks in the second round, before advancing to the final, where he's beaten Jack Sexsmith and James Drake. So Lewis Gervin, at some time in the future, will get a title shot against whoever the champion is at the time. Of course, at the moment, currently Travis Banks, but you never know when things are going to change. But when we put this on first, because it gives Lewis Gervin a bit of time to have a bit of recovery, and if he wants, he could maybe cash in later tonight. You never know. But following on from that, we have a little segment. We've got a tag team championship match. Trent Seven and Clint Margera come out. Trent says he believes that because the three men of British Strong Style defeated CCK on the previous show, that Trent and Clint should be in the tag team championship match, or they should get the chance over the London Riots. Regal agrees that they should get their opportunity at the title, but rather than replacing the London Riots, he's making it a three-way match, and not only that, he's making it a ladder match. So 3 teams fighting for the tag team championship in a ladder match. Who is going to win? We've got British Strong Style, London Riots, and CCK. 63C rating there, which is very nice. Trent unfortunately didn't do great, but Stephen Regal, of course, did, getting us a 63C, which is very, very good. And we'll ignore that for a second. We get into the match, where in a 55C- so a good match, British Strong Style defeat CCK and the London Riots in 14 minutes and 28, when Clint Margera retrieved the titles. So British Strong Style win the Progress Tag Team titles, In terms of in-ring work, Kid Lycos was above everyone else, but the third time British Strong Style as a group have won the tag team titles. The third time Trent Seven has won them, but with 3 different tag partners. So your new tag team champions, Clint Margera and Trent Seven. Trent, I believe now, with that win, becomes the first ever 3-time champion in Progress history. The max we've had before that is 2, with Marty Scurll and Will Ospreay, both winning the Progress Championship twice, and the Origin of Nathan Cruz and Al Ligero winning the Tag Team Championships twice. But Kid Lycos getting an in-ring performance of 61, Chris Brooks getting a 45, Trent Seven a 43, Clint Margera a 38, Rob Lynch a 52, and James Davis a 46. So unfortunately, even though they've won the titles, British Strong Style did actually have the lower performances in that match. But we see that both members improve in their performance skills from that match. So I'm very happy with that match. Overall, a 55C is a very good rating, in my opinion, for these guys. Following that, we have Doug Williams. He wanted to face an American, and Sami Callihan has accepted that challenge. And in a decent match, Doug Williams defeats Sami Callihan in 13 minutes and 27 by pinfall. But he was using the ropes for leverage, so a cheap, dirty pin there for Doug Williams. Manages to pick up the win over Sami Callihan, but not the way he perhaps would have liked beforehand. And Sami Callihan, of course, will not be happy with that. But Doug Williams with an impressive in-ring performance of 60 to Sami Callihan's 57. Doug improving in his performance skills, and we get another 55C-. So Doug Williams, he's gone through a couple of European talents, and he has beaten Sami Callihan here. And you have to think that as Mr. Brexit himself, he will be wanting to represent England in that World Cup tournament. Following that match, we have the Roy Johnson Wasteman Challenge. Haven't seen him for a while, but he's here today, challenging, well, someone. He wants a fight. He wants to show off his new skills. And his challenge is accepted by the returning Marty Scurll, where in a decent match, Marty defeats Roy Johnson in 6 minutes and 51 seconds by submission with the cross-face chicken wing. Marty with an in-ring performance of 63 to Roy Johnson's 39, so he definitely carried the match there. And he improves in his performance skills, which is nice to see, for a 49D+ match rating. I think that's Marty's first appearance since they lost the tag titles, him and Zack Sabre Jr., as far as I believe. So he's still around, and picks up an impressive and quite quick victory over Body Guy, who unfortunately doesn't come out ahead in this match. Body Guy, one of the people I want to use a bit more. I just got to think of something for him, really. He's just that guy that, because he's got his Wasteman Challenge, he's just useful for either introducing new people, or if you want a match, you can just stick him in there, give him a Wasteman Challenge, have someone accept it. You don't really need a story to build him into a match as such. Following that Wasteman Challenge, we have our women's title match, where in a bout that had decent wrestling but not a lot of heat, Martina defeats Ginny in 12 minutes and 19 seconds. However, it is because Ginny got herself disqualified by going into an attacking rage and getting disqualified by the ref, counted out. Martina, looking like maybe she had the edge over Ginny, just snaps, attacks her. Ref gives her the count of 5, but she doesn't break it, and Ginny gets herself disqualified. So Ginny with an in-ring performance of 50, which is very impressive, and Martina with a 46. No worker improvements, unfortunately, but a 51D+ is a very, very nice women's title match rating, and I think potentially one of the better match ratings we've had for a women's match. I might be completely wrong there, but I believe it is. No worker improvements, unfortunately. I think that's the first match today that we haven't. But a 51D+, and following Ginny's defeat, she continues her attack on Martina, trying to just beat her into the ground, when Laura Di Matteo returns from her injury at the hands of Ginny when Ginny won the title, and Laura Di Matteo runs back into the ring to attack Ginny, saves Martina, but Ginny just managing to roll out of the ring in time. But Laura Di Matteo is back, and you can be sure that she will want her Progress Women's Championship back, and a nice, very nice 52D+ angle rating there for the 3 women. Next up, in a disappointingly poor match, which would have been rather excellent in real life, Walter defends his Progress Atlas Championship, defeating Keith Lee in 10 minutes and 54 by pinfall with a golden bomb. That's defence number 5 for Walter of the Atlas Championship. Keith Lee with an in-ring performance of 28, Walter getting an in-ring performance of 45. So not the greatest, but not too bad. Keith Lee is unfortunately technically an enhancement talent. Doesn't have any pop in the UK, but earned this opportunity by defeating fellow American Donovan Dijak in a number 1 contenders match on Freedom's Road. So Keith Lee got himself a number 1 contendership match. He got himself a title match. He won number 1 contendership, but falls short against Walter in a 41D match. No worker improvements. But Walter making defence number 5 of his Atlas Championship. Following that, we have a number 1... Well, it's technically a number 1 contenders match. It's basically the 2 guys that think they deserve the number 1 contendership. Zack Sabre Jr. won the match against Axel Dieter Jr. that was technically for number 1 contendership, but Mark Haskins believed he deserved it. He challenged Zack Sabre Jr. to the match, and Sabre Jr. accepted. And in a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Mark Haskins defeats Zack Sabre Jr. in 15 minutes and 12 by submission with the sharpshooter. Haskins with an in-ring performance of 57, Zack Sabre Jr. with a 69. No work improvements, unfortunately, but a 63C match rating is really, really good. And Mark Haskins is your new number 1 contender for the Progress Championship. So just an impressive match between these 2 guys, 2 of the top guys in the company, both in terms of overness and in-ring performance. Great work by them, and a 63C is a very, very good match. Following that, spoilers, I thought this was coming up after, actually. I thought there was another segment before this, but we have William Regal announcing the World Cup for 2018 and introducing the 2 Japanese participants for the Progress World Cup from our alliance with Dragon Gate. Hiroshi Tanahashi and Tetsuya Naito will face off one-on-one for their opportunity to just represent Japan in the Progress World Cup. Which, that's right, Tanahashi and Naito both signed by Dragon Gate. They've left New Japan. Unfortunately, Tanahashi's Chosen One gimmick got a rating of awful. Naito's bitter gimmick got an average, which is okay, I guess. Steven Regal, fantastic as always. Tanahashi underperformed, unfortunately. 49D+ match, 49D+ angle rating for that. As we get into their one-on-one match, where in a decent match, Tetsuya Naito defeats Hiroshi Tanahashi in 12 minutes and 52 by pinfall with a flying splash. So Tetsuya Naito proceeds to the Progress World Cup to represent Japan. Tanahashi getting an in-ring performance of 47 and Tetsuya Naito getting a 70. Unfortunately, Tanahashi just getting on a bit. His in-ring performances, as you can see, have dropped off considerably. But Tetsuya Naito with a very impressive 70. And also improving in his technical and performance skills as the two Japanese stars, because a 66 C+ match rating, which is very, very good indeed. And following on from that, we have our main event of the evening, where in a decent match, Travis Banks defeats Tyler Bate in 14 minutes and 47 seconds by pinfall with an airplane slam. Travis Banks making defence number 2 of his Progress Championship title. Travis Banks getting an in-ring performance of 62 to Tyler Bate's 54. No worker improvements, unfortunately, but a 63C is very, very impressive indeed. But following that, Tyler Bate's not very happy, as Travis Banks celebrating at the end of the match. He's on the middle rope, middle turnbuckle, with the title in hand, celebrating. Tyler Bate from behind with a chair attacks Travis Banks, beating him down with the chair. CCK try to come out to help him, but unfortunately they get held back by the new tag team champions of Trent Seven and Clint Margera. And Tyler Bate continues to beat down Travis Banks in the middle of the ring until the return of TK Cooper, and Dahlia Black's meant to be in there as well. I forgot to add her. And CCK. I've messed up this horrifically. But British Strong Style, they've attacked Travis Banks. They're holding back CCK and attack them as well. But TK Cooper and Dahlia Black return to make the save, fighting off Tyler Bate first and chasing British Strong Style to the back. No worker improvements there, but a 36D- as the South Pacific Power Trip make their return, saving Travis Banks from the grips of Tyler Bate. As we end the show with a 62C, which is a very impressive show rating for us. Keith Lee slightly overused. His match wasn't too long, but due to him being enhancement talent, a bit overexposed in that match. Show increasing our popularity in 45 regions, which is nice to see, and I'm very happy with that show. The 63 angle of British Strong Style requesting to be added to the tag title match. The women's title match, very good, and that little angle afterwards. Haskins and Sabre Jr., as you would expect, a great match, as was Naito and Tanahashi, as was Travis Banks and Tyler Bate. So following on from that show, we are going to praise Tetsuya Naito, Zack Sabre Jr., and also Kid Lycos, actually Lewis Gervin, because he won Natural Progression. He's going to be complimented on a good performance as well. They're all pleased. Lewis Gervin, obviously, seeing British Strong Style in the ring, beating down Travis Banks, might have been preparing for his cash-in as soon as British Strong Style left. However, the arrival of South Pacific Power Trip obviously changed his mind. And very interesting here, if you can see in the background, scandal engulfs Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, where in a major story, Dwayne Johnson is in serious trouble after his regular use of prostitutes was revealed. Insiders are now saying the 46-year-old is toxic. Very, very interesting. Didn't see that coming, as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson likes prostitutes. And in other news, Kofi Kingston has won the Money in the Bank, which for some reason is a tournament. But Kofi Kingston is Mr. Money in the Bank. Let's have a quick look. We see here Keith Lee has left his one match, or I think it was 2 matches because he had that match with Dijak. His 2-match loan from Evolve has finished. Gervin needs some time to heal. And apparently Tanahashi is a massive fan of James Drake, which I would have never have thought of in a million years. But apparently Tanahashi likes James Drake. Let's have a quick look here at what they said. Feedback from the crowd was awesome. I thought to mention sold out Alexandra Palace again, which is always nice to see. 139,000 viewers on Pivot Share. We might have to think about negotiating ourselves a new deal. Maybe either a better time slot or on a slightly more prestigious network. But that's all for now, guys. Thank you for watching this episode. Bit longer than some of the recent ones, but it was quite a big card. And I've been quite ill recently, which is why this episode's a bit late. And it's been well over a week since I booked this card, so I had to kind of remember what was going on as I went along. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys for chapter 66, which will be... Actually, that will be Super Strong Style 16 for 2018. So you go from one tournament straight into another, and you'll see the 3 nights of Super Strong Style 16. So thank you everyone for watching. I'll say it for the final time. I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.